If you haven't heard of the Saudi royal family, the richest family on the planet, you've missed one of the most remarkable stories in modern history. The Saudi royal family, with a fortune $1.4 trillion, has built an empire of oil, power, and unmatched opulence. Let's explore the family's journey from its early days to the pinnacle of global power. In the 18th century, a young tribal leader named Mohammed bin Saud forged a pact with a fiery religious scholar, Muhammad ibn Abd al-Wahhab. One brought military power, the other brought an ideology. Together, they built the first Saudi state. It rose, it fell, and it rose again. But everything changed in the 20th century, when black gold began to flow from beneath the sand. Oil turned their kingdom into a fortress of wealth. And under King Ibn Saud, the family transformed from desert rulers into economic superpowers, striking deals with global oil giants, exporting billions of barrels, and shaping the energy markets of the world. By the time the modern kingdom of Saudi Arabia was established, the Al Saud family controlled not just a country, but a commodity that fueled the planet. And with every barrel sold, their fortune and their influence exploded. Today, they are not just rulers. They are a trillion-dollar empire, and their journey from dusty battlefields to gilded palaces is one of the most extraordinary transformations in history. June 2070, the Saudi royal court makes a shock announcement. King Salman has named his 31-year-old son, Mohammed bin Salman, crown prince. To the west, he was a fresh face in a kingdom known for its elders. To the royal family, he was the future. But MBS wasn't content to simply inherit the throne. He wanted to tear up the old blueprint and design a new Saudi Arabia from scratch. Almost immediately, he made global headlines. He gave women the right to drive. He opened the gates to cinemas, concerts, and cultural events that had been banned for decades. And he launched Vision 2030, a master plan to pull the kingdom's economy away from its oil dependency and into the worlds of tech, tourism, and entertainment. For the young Saudis, it was thrilling. For the conservatives, it was dangerous. For MBS, it was only the beginning. Behind the reforms was a man who understood both power and perception. He tightened his grip on the state with an anti-corruption purge that detained princes, ministers, and billionaires in a Riyadh luxury hotel, recovering over $100 billion for the state. Supporters called it justice. Critics called it a shakedown. But one thing was clear. MBS had arrived, and with him came an era of aggressive ambition, billionaire deals, and a personal lifestyle that would make even the world's richest men blink twice. Mohammed bin Salman isn't just the crown prince of Saudi Arabia. He's the custodian of a $1.4 trillion royal fortune, 16 times the wealth of the British monarchy, and he spends it like a man who understands that image is power. His car collection alone looks like it belongs in a billionaire's dream garage. One-of-a-kind Pagani Zonda Riviera, price tag $5.5 million, a Bugatti Chiron, the very first model to roll off the production line, a Koenigsegg Regera, one of only 80 ever built, worth nearly $2 million. But the real crown jewel of his power isn't parked in a garage. It's the $500 billion public investment fund, a financial war chest that MBS uses to shape the future. From acquiring Newcastle United Football Club for $415 million, to funding mega deals in tech, entertainment, and sports, to gifting each member of the Saudi national football team a Rolls-Royce Phantom after their World Cup performance. And then there's his pet project, Neom, a $500 billion futuristic city on the Red Sea. No cars, no pollution, just 170 kilometers of mirrored skyscrapers, high-speed rail, flying taxis, floating industrial complexes, year-round ski resorts, and entire mountains dedicated to wellness tourism. It's a vision so audacious it makes Dubai look modest. For MBS, luxury isn't a guilty pleasure. It's a statement of intent, a way to show the world that Saudi Arabia isn't just playing catch-up, it's setting the pace. The Al Saud family doesn't just live in luxury. They live in monuments to power. It began with the Maraba Palace, built in the 1930s for King Abdulaziz, a 32-room fortress of tradition Its gold doors and marble floors became the first symbol of a dynasty that would grow to control more wealth than any family in human history. Today, it's a museum, but for the royal family, it's a reminder of how far they've come. Fast forward to modern Riyadh, and you'll find Al Yamama Palace, the kingdom's political and ceremonial heart. 400 rooms, walls dripping with Italian marble, gold-plated fixtures, and chandeliers worth more than some people's homes. Here, state dinners are served on tables so long they disappear into the horizon of a ballroom. Then there's the Al Auja Palace, a mix of traditional Arabian design and modern indulgence. It's where global leaders are received under carved wooden ceilings and surrounded by centuries-old art. But the Saudis don't keep all their palaces in the desert. In 2015, Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman quietly bought Chateau Louis XIV near Paris for $300 million. At the time, the most expensive home in the world. Modeled after Versailles, it has gold leaf fountains, a ballroom fit for kings, a wine cellar for 3,000 bottles, and marble imported from Italy and Spain. In the US, their Chateau de Lumiere in Virginia offers 8 master suites, 13 bathrooms, a private spa, gym, basketball court, and gardens landscaped like a royal estate. For the Al Saud family, a palace isn't just a home, it's a flag planted in the ground, a declaration that wherever they are, it is Saudi soil. When King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud took the throne in 2015, he didn't just become the ruler of Saudi Arabia, he became the wealthiest monarch alive, with a personal fortune estimated at $18 billion. His main residence, the Urga Palace in Riyadh, is a study in excess. Gold-plated tissue boxes, gold-plated chairs, even the swimming pool is framed in gold. Here, luxury isn't an accessory, it's the wallpaper of daily life. When the king travels, it's an event measured not in miles, but in spectacle. For one 3-week getaway to the French Riviera, he brought 1,000 guests and mobilized 400 luxury cars to chauffeur them around. In Cannes, his entourage booked the city's most exclusive hotels, turning the glamorous seaside into a Saudi royal outpost. 10 vehicle convoys carried him to destinations like Monaco and Saint-Tropez. And during the trip, the royal team even scouted beachfront villas to add to their portfolio. King Salman's personal collection is a billionaire's dream list, a $300 million chateau in France, a $450 million Leonardo da Vinci painting, the Salvator Mundi, a $500 million super yacht with helipads, swimming pools, and a crew ready to host at a moment's notice. His generosity is just as grand. During President Obama's term, the Saudi royals gifted him and his family $1.3 million worth of diamond and gemstone jewelry. Even the Obama daughters received $80,000 ruby necklaces and diamond-studded watches. For King Salman, wealth isn't simply about owning, it's about showing. Every palace, every yacht, every lavish gift is another brushstroke on the portrait of Saudi power. If you think the Al Saud family's palaces are the height of luxury, wait until you step onto their floating kingdoms. Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman's pride and joy is Serene, a 439-foot super yacht he purchased for over $500 million. It's one of the largest and most luxurious vessels ever built, complete with 2 helipads, a seawater swimming pool, an outdoor cinema, and even a private beach club that opens directly onto the ocean. But the crown jewel of Serene is something money can't simply order. A floating art gallery that houses the Salvator Mundi, the $450 million Leonardo da Vinci masterpiece MBS famously bought. This isn't just a yacht, it's a sailing museum. King Salman's own vessel, Al Salama, stretches over 200 feet and was completely redesigned in 2006 to match the royal standard. It can host 30 guests and 21 crew members, with interiors draped in marble, silk, and gold. Then there's Prince Abdulaziz, once the largest yacht in the world, coming in at 482 feet. Maintaining this maritime palace costs over $10 million a year, pocket change for the House of Saud. And while their yachts are floating palaces, their private jets are palaces with wings. From gold-plated Boeing 747s to custom-designed Boeing 777s, each jet is fitted with king-size suites, conference halls, and gilded interiors worthy of the rulers of the world's richest family. For the Al Saud dynasty, Travel isn't about getting from A to B. It's about making every mile a declaration of royal dominance. When it comes to cars, most people have a dream garage. The Al Saud family, they have dream airports for theirs. Let's start with Prince Turki bin Abdullah, the man who turned gold into a paint job. His fleet is infamous for being fully gold-plated, including a Lamborghini Aventador, a Bentley Flying Spur, a Mercedes-Benz G63 AMG 6x6, and a Rolls-Royce Phantom Coupe, all shimmering like treasure chests on wheels. But Prince Turki isn't the only car aficionado in the family. Enter Prince Badr bin Mohammed, whose taste for rare automotive art is second to none. He owns the Bugatti La Voiture Noire, a one-of-a-kind masterpiece valued at $8.2 million, often called the Mona Lisa of cars. Alongside that, a Bugatti Chiron, La Ferrari Aperta, and an Aston Martin 177, each worth millions and each representing the pinnacle of automotive engineering. But the collection doesn't end on land. When the Al Saud family isn't rolling through cities in gold, they're flying through the skies in style. Think private jets, but not just any. We're talking about commercial airliners transformed into royal palaces, and one prince's project turning an Airbus A380, the largest passenger jet in the world, into a $500 million flying mansion. Because for the richest family on Earth, luxury isn't just a lifestyle, it's the default setting. From the scorching sands of the Arabian Peninsula to the glittering skylines of Riyadh, Dubai, and Abu Dhabi, the story of the Al Saud family isn't just one of wealth, it's one of domination. A $1.4 trillion fortune, palaces plated in gold, yachts longer than city blocks. The question isn't whether the Al Saud family will remain wealthy, it's whether anyone will ever be able to rival their influence. Because when your family fortune can buy nations, you don't just live in history, you own it.